and it made me even more nervous. It was ridiculous. I was like skydiving for the first time, a 13,000 feet drop, and I didn't expect the outcome or how I think about skydiving. And this is my topic of today. I'd like to share my very first, sadly my very first skydiving experience with you. It's the only one, and that is the sad part about it. It all happened in 2019 when I was very eager to watch all this cool Yes Theory content. I was really like looking for ways where I can seek discomfort, and I always had in my mind that I wanted to go skydiving, but I never set a date to it. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, these are one of the things that are on my bucket list, so I want to do them before I like buy the bucket, or so before I die. And well, a Yes Theory kind of unconsciously made me aware that why wait, you know, why not do it now? If I want to do it, if I really want to do it, I should do it now. So I was like, I'm just gonna like ask some of my friends that I think they would do it, but I honestly expected them to say no. I don't know why, but I hit them up and I was like, hey, crazy idea, do you wanna go skydiving? And immediately they said yes, and I was like, okay. Well then. So we quickly started researching where we can go, and we went to Bavaria, and we included a day. Like, we went to Bavaria and then we slept there a night, checked out, I don't know which town it was, like a town in Bavaria in Germany, and then the next day we went skydiving.
Stefanie, hi! Herzlich willkommen bei uns bei Skydive Saga. Ich bin der Tobi, ich bin der Videomann. Genau. Wie geht's? Gut. Bereit für den Sprung? Sehr gut. Wenn du mich siehst, immer lächeln, egal was passiert. Okay? Sehr gut. Könnt ihr zusammen? Seid ihr eine Gruppe? Ja, dann hi.
So on the day, I couldn't really sleep. It was a very sleepless night, so I wasn't really full of energy the next day until I thought about what was happening, and then I was like, my brain was like switched on. So in the morning, me and my friend, we decided it would be a smart idea to go on YouTube and be like, oh, skydive accidents, and just watch some accidents of skydiving, because that makes you very safe and comfortable in your head. No? So we did that, and me and my friend bought matching outfits, and we had like matching outfits to like pump ourselves up. And then we were on the way to skydive. And it's a very funny experience, because time is very relative if you're in some sort of mission mode, because the whole day is like one big sponge for me. Like, everything happened, but at the same time I don't know what happened, because it's just like all like blurred together, which is funny because I only have these kind of like memories about events when it was something that really triggered something in me. And I would say that was actually like a change of personality for me as well, which is weird to say, but it was like one of these life-changing events in my opinion. So anyhow, so we came and arrived at super nervous. I could bear, like, I was like, back in the day I was like still drinking a lot of coffee, so I had coffee and it made me even more nervous. It was ridiculous. I was like and then we arrived, and you have to sign papers basically. Obviously if something bad happens, if you have an accident or if you die, that you or your parents or your like relatives can't sue them for having made a mistake or anything. So you basically sign your life away. And that sounds really harsh, but that's the reality of things. The same when you go and run a marathon or stuff like that. You always have to tick a box or sign something in case anything happens. So we did that. We signed it, and we were all in like preparation mode. We had a camera team because I paid a cameraman to jump with me and film me, which was really expensive. So in my mind I was like, oh, this video needs to be good, so I need to look happy and need to look like I'm enjoying myself. So there was like some kind of pressure on me as well, or that I put on myself. Funny enough, so we did the whole course, like how to jump out, basically what your posture is going to be like, because obviously the guy behind you will do the work for you. and yeah, you just need like some things. And yeah, we did that. It was very funny. We had we had a good time. I think me and my friends cheered all of the other people up in the room because we were just like having such a good time, and I was still jittery on coffee. So I came closer and closer, and I was like, oh, this is so fun, and now we have this whole harness on, and it's a good time, you know. And then the plane came, you know, and it's a very small plane, and it looks very breakable for some reason. I thought it was like very breakable, and still the camera was on me. He's like, hey, good time. And the plane came, and we had to like go on the plane, obviously. And in my mind it was like, if I go on this plane now, the only way I get out of this plane is through the same door. Yeah, that was a realization moment for me, and that was the start when I was really, really nervous. Like, I was like going on the plane, and like you just sit, there are no seats or anything, you just sit there. Behind you is your like guy that you trust your life with, basically, and you're just like sitting there, and it's a slow plane. It takes forever to go up. I think it was like 15 minutes, if I'm not wrong. So your nerves calm down a little bit. You like fly up really slowly, and you look outside. It's like, oh, this is such a nice day, blue skies, Bavaria is looking great, all these like landscapes, and there was a big sea as well. So things were great. And then at some point, I was at halfway, and the guy behind me, his name is Basti, if I hope I can say his name, showed me like his watch where you can like see how high you are up. And he's like, oh, we're halfway up now. And I'm like looking outside like, this is halfway? No, you kidding me? And yeah, that was just very nerve-wracking. So up to that, like that was the point where I started being really, really nervous again. You have to like put on your head thingy, your glasses are still up here, you have to put them down later, and yeah, so time moves by. And the door opened, and I was like, breath just stopped. My heart just, I don't know if it was still racing, obviously it was, but I was like, oh my god, this is like, I'm so scared. Like, I get goosebumps telling you guys about it. And the door opened, and you realize you've never been in a plane before with the door open, because you don't do that. And it was cold, it was windy, and after, I think there was like someone who's doing like a certificate, like a license, jumped first, and then it was my friend's turn, and she's the bravest girl, like holy cow. She was like smiling at me and was like patting me, was like, oh, it's gonna be fine. And she was being moved with her guy like in front of the exit. And she was still smiling. I couldn't believe it. And then like this, she was gone. Like, I couldn't see her anymore. And then he was like, okay, it's our turn now. He was like, I didn't say anything. I was just like, okay, just move me. I mean, I'm like built on you as well. Oh, by the way, not built on you, but like fixed on you. By the way, that's something they do as well. I think they have to do that in terms of like insurance or whatever. But you kind of lose when it comes to how fixed you are with your jumper. I never know how to call these people. And then right before it starts, you like make it really, really tight, and then he does all that, and then he's like, okay, then he explains to you, okay, I just did that, you can check it. And I was like, okay, I can check it, but I have no clue. And then the other side, and then something up here as well. Anyhow, so back to where I was. So it was my turn now to jump, or like his turn to jump, because I was like a dead fish. I was like, I don't want to do anything, I just like just go. And I was on the corner, my feet were already out of the plane. I could feel the wind, like cold, but then I had to put, like, you have to put your head back like this, and he's like 1, 2, and then you just like float. And it was like, I was the most mind-blowing moment of my life, because you know, if you drive roller coasters and that sort of thing, you know, like the feeling of being like weightless or like flying or dropping. for like a few seconds, but this was like the same feeling for like, I don't know, I think a minute. I don't know how long I fell, honestly. It's just like all a blur, like I said. So it was terrible and then really, really, really nice. Like, I think I've never been that happy and free in my life. Like, I see the video they made, like they made that day, and I see myself, I'm like, I was the most happy kid in the world. Like, no joke, I've never seen myself smile like that before. And it was just such a nice experience. Like, holy cow, I can strongly recommend, if you have the nerves, to go skydiving, because it truly changed my perspective of fear. Because I think Will Smith said that once, because on the other side of fear, oh, I said yes, very, anyhow, the other side of fear and discomfort is pure bliss. And if you're never brave enough, it doesn't have to be skydiving, or it doesn't have to be anything crazy like that. If you never step out of that comfort zone, if you never do what scares you, you will never experience pure bliss, and you will always be held back by yourself. And that is so true. And that was really 2019, the moment that changed my life in that sense, because moving on from then I just was more brave to try things, because I knew that is where I find joy. And yeah, it was just such a good day. So anyhow, we was like flying down, enjoying life. I think he was doing stuff. I didn't really realize that at all. And in the beginning, they tell you when it's time to like open the parachute, he was like hitting you on the shoulder. And I see in the video that he did it, but I was just like so full of adrenaline and all these beautiful hormones or whatever that I just completely, I didn't even feel it. So he opened the parachute, flew down, it took another few minutes. It was absolutely beautiful. And then yeah, I had the best day in that year, for sure. And he said goodbye to the instructors. Me and my friends were like we were like right up, like we were like on the best natural drug, I'd say. It's just like we were having a good time. But obviously I have to, like the day on, and when we were driving back home to our own home state, we all had, like, I had a headache. I think it was because I was so full of like all these like crazy hormones or whatever, and I was just like coming down of them, and it was like really, I had a headache, like I was on a big party night or something, or night out, and was hungover the next day. That's how I felt. But I was like pure bliss. And the week on, like it lasted for a week, and I was like still smiley and happy about it. And what I didn't expect, and that is the part of the story now, and I'm really sad I haven't done it so far, is, I mean, I'm scared, I'm terrified, is that I want to do it more regularly, and I want to get the license myself. So I want to skydive by myself. I want to get the license to do it, and it's very scary. And I sat in 2019, I'm going to do it next year, which is 2020. We all know that things didn't really work out the way all of us wanted to, and same with 2021. So I'm still waiting for my moment to do it, when everything is aligned, when I have the money to invest in that hobby, and if I have the time to do it. So that is my dreams. And if you stay on my channel, you might see me in the future skydiving by myself, and you can comment that you've seen this video in 2022 and say like, oh, I follow you since then. Anyhow, you don't have to. That was my story about skydiving. I hope you found it motivating, inspiring. Maybe you want to try something crazy out yourself. I highly encourage it, because bliss lies on the other side of discomfort. So step out of your comfort zone and follow your intuition and your dreams. If you want to do something, don't let fear hold you back. That is my message of the day. So if you're interested, on another topic, if you're interested in having a fitness health lifestyle that never feels like a chore, it is always fun, in terms of I post workouts, fitness content and nutrition content to stay healthy, to not undereat, and to eat enough, and to eat, yeah, just be happy about yourself and have enough energy to do all sorts of things in life, like skydiving. So that's what I share on my channel. If you're interested, don't forget to subscribe, and also comment your biggest fear and what do you want to overcome in 2022. I'm curious to know, maybe there's something I'm really scared of as well that I don't even know about yet and that I'm gonna conquer this year. So let me know, inspire me. Thank you so much. I hope you have a nice day whenever you see this and wherever you are, and take care. Bye bye.
7 hours driving on the highway, far away, far away, far away. Every moment I was spending on regrets was such a waste, such a waste, such a waste. Looking on the city lights.